Hello, everyone. Satnam, Namaste. Welcome. I hope you can hear me okay. For those joining in live, howdy. Please let me know if it sounds okay. And good, we will go ahead and get started. Welcome to Office Yoga. I'm your host, SacBe. Office Yoga is a series of stretching, breathing, and meditation exercises we could do as a break from work for a whole range of benefits. So very excited everyone is here. Well, happy to be here with you all. Office yoga is meant to be something that feels good while we're doing it and after. So don't do anything too strenuous that's going to leave you feeling sore. And you should be able to do it in whatever you're wearing, wherever you're sitting. Coming from Colorado and New Zealand, all over the world here. Love it, y'all. Okay, we're going to take about 20 minutes today. Okay. If you could be in a place that doesn't have too many distractions. And before we get going, we're just going to take a deep breath here. Tune in, close your eyes, take a big breath in, hold your breath for a moment, do a big exhale, give your body a light shake, shake it out. We'll start off standing today. I've got a little series here that we've got. So we'll do some standing, some sitting, some shaking, a little breathing, and some meditating at the end. So we'll start off standing, and just to get in a comfortable posture, your feet are about shoulder width apart, and they're either pointed a little bit out or straight forward, all right? Then we're going to take our tailbone and tuck it under so that our navel comes back towards our stomach or our spine a little bit. So it should be activated in here, not as strenuous like this, but nice and activated. Then take your shoulders and roll them up and back, bringing your shoulder blades together and your chest out. Hold there for a moment, take a breath, and then bring your sternum back slightly until you can find a nice stacked balanced position to stand straight up. Look up, look down, find a nice balanced place for the head, and tuck your jaw back into your head just a teeny bit, so rather than out like that. Everything nice and straight. All right. Take a big breath in, stretch your fingers and stretch all the way down towards the ground, both extending your fingers apart and stretching them down. You should feel a nice stretch in here. Take a breath in, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, extend back down. And the more we open our fingers and stretch, the more we activate the meridians. Take a big breath in, shoulders up. Exhale, last time. Big exhale out, stretch down, squeeze your butt a little bit and draw energy up the spine and then back down the arms. So your feet are activated, your legs are pulled up, your arms are tight. Now one big breath in, and then relax. Now we're going to take our arms out to the side and palms up. So palms up like this and arms out should create a pretty tight feeling in there somewhere, which again is activating meridians. So we'll take a big breath in, exhale and push out, particularly from the palms and the base of your palm. Take a breath in, exhale, push back out, tightening your feet, your legs, standing up tall, squeezing your butt muscles a little bit, then inhaling in again. Last little gentle push out. Squeeze all the muscles of your body lightly, from your toes to your eyeballs, your arms outstretched. Take a big breath in. Bring your arms together in front of the chest. Take a breath here. Another breath in. And now the arms are going to go straight up above the head. So let me take a step back. You could either have them like about this width apart, or if you want to spread them out a little bit like that. And you'll just breathe in, stretch up to the ceiling, fingertips also open and wide, arms stretching up, and then exhale, bring them down just a little bit. Then inhale in again. Stretch up, opening the armpits, the arms squeezing from the butt and the toes all the way up. Exhale. Another big breath in. Up. This time, roll your eyes up so you look like you're looking out the top of your head. Let the energy come all the way at the base of your spine, squeezing the spine muscles up into the arms. One more little breath in. Hold it, squeeze, and then let go and shake it out. Whoo, I feel a little something to y'all. Feels good, right? Okay. We'll do a little stretching now. So we're going to bring one arm, we'll start with our right arm, over to our left shoulder, and our left hand is going to come behind the back. So some variation of this. If you have it here, if you feel you want to move an arm outstretched, you know, adopt it for yourself. And if your hand isn't all the way back here, it feels good to come around further or not as much, you find your comfortable position. But one arm on the shoulder, the other behind the back. Take a breath in, and then look over your shoulder that you have your hand on, and exhale. Inhale in, stand up tall but still twisted. Exhale, keep looking more over your shoulder, twisting in. Last one, big inhale. Squeeze your bum a little bit, draw that energy up the spine, and then exhale and turn, holding here a moment. Squeeze your eyeballs, your face muscles. Then big breath in. Gently unwind from that. Oh, relax the arms, just stand there for a moment. One of the most important points in yoga is the time between the asanas where you feel the release and the coming back to center. Let's do the other one. Other direction now, inhaling in. Looking over your other shoulder this time. Exhale, go deeper. Inhaling in, stand up tall. Exhale, hook over the shoulder more and twist. Twisting your elbow out, your arm around. One more big one. Inhale, stand up tall, squeeze your butt, your toes, and then exhale, turn. And one last time, squeezing your eyeballs, your face a little bit. And a big breath in. Slowly unwind. This time bring your both arms across. Stand here for a moment. And exhale. Release. Okay, cool. So that's our standing exercises. Always a good time to take a standing break. Of course, you all know that. You wouldn't be doing office yoga if you didn't know that already, right? Okay, now we're gonna sit down in our chair. And depending on what kind of chair you have, sorry, if you don't have a chair, you could do this sitting cross-legged on the floor or with your legs outstretched on the floor. Either way, cross-legged will probably be easier. First of all, when you sit on your chair, don't sit all the way in the back like this for this, right? We want to be more on the edge of it, and you want to put your hand down up in your pants and pull your bum cheeks apart. There are two sit bones, they call them, and you want to kind of find a place so that you're sitting tall. Then we're going to tuck our pelvis a little bit again, activate the navel. We're going to roll our shoulders up and back, bring the shoulder blades together. Breathe into that chest, and then bring the sternum back slightly so it's a little bit out further than the navel, nice and stacked. Look down, look up, and tuck your chin back a little bit, nice and tall. Cool. So that's our seating posture, and sometimes it's a good idea just to practice our posture, right? I know I work at a computer, it's easy to end up like this. It's really good to stretch it. So the first thing we're going to do is a counter stretch to what we often have of the slumped over. And what we're going to do is we'll bring our hands back. So you want to roll your shoulder blades up and back, and however you can, grab onto the chair. So I'm able to grab it like this. You may be grabbing it on the side, whatever works for you. Then we're going to take a big breath in and look up. Oh, exhale, staying there. Now my mouth opens pretty easily. Yours might work differently, but you're going to keep looking up and over. Inhaling again. Arch your back more. Lean into your hands. Your elbows may bend to pull you down, or they may be straight. Exhaling. Inhaling again. Roll your eyes up and back, stretching the back. Oh, it should feel good. It shouldn't be painful. And one last time. Hold your breath, squeeze your face, your arms, your shoulders, your bum, fly like pressure, and then exhale and slowly come back up. Do you feel something from that? I do. Now we got to do the counter stretch, the forward one. So even though we get slouched over, that doesn't mean it isn't a good idea sometimes to practice, you know, a nice forward bend and slouch. So this may be as simple as hands on your knees, and you just arch like this, your head comes down, your shoulder, your back bends a little bit. Or it could be something where you're straight and you fold all the way down, and you can take your hands, let's see if I could show you real quick. And you can put them underneath your legs. and fold down like that. So find a position, just kind of test it out, what you think is going to be comfortable. You got to listen to your body. Remember, it feels good now and tomorrow, so we don't pressure too hard. All right, take a breath in, exhale, bend over a little bit. Take a breath in, lengthen the spine as you breathe in. Then as you exhale, bend it a little bit more. So we really want to get a nice gentle bend. Tuck your chin into your chest. One more inhale, lengthen the body. And last one, exhale all the way, tucking the chin, rounding the back. Then sit here for a moment with the breath out. And then inhale slowly, nice and slowly, and come back up. Roll the shoulders up. Back, the head looks back for a moment. And then finding again that centered place like that. Feel good? Oh, stretch it out. Oh, sometimes you got to do stretches in your stretches, right? Yeah. Okay. So the last seating thing we will do is legs out in front. So another thing that's good to stretch is our calves. So sometimes this is similar to a forward bend. If you're sitting on the floor, your legs can just be out front. Otherwise, we're going to bring our legs as close to straight forward as we can and just hold them there. The toes flex back. Your hands can grip under the chair for a little support. Breathe in tall. Bring the shoulder blades back together. Squeeze the butt cheeks slightly and pull the legs back, pulling your toes up and back towards you, flexing them apart. Big breath in, hold, exhale, still holding. One more breath, or two more breaths, one big breath. And exhale. And one last one. Big inhale in. Hold, squeeze your butt muscles, pull your legs tight, and then relax. And immediately from there, we're going to stand up. We can stretch in our chair, but we got to let it move around, right? Because when we sit a lot, everything gets blocked down in here, and we need to let it move around. And one of the great ways to do that, and one of my favorite things about office yoga, is a little shaky. So they say in Kundalini yoga that if you shake like there's an earthquake for 20 minutes, it's one of the great resets of the body that you could do. But even just 1 minute like this, so start finding a place where you don't have to look cool. You more just want to feel like each muscle group in your body is getting a light jostle and ability to let stuff move through it. I'm going to sip some water. Water is an important part of fleshing it out. And so let's work together. Let's start up in the shoulders and move the shoulders in a way that feels like you're letting stuff move through it. Come down to the elbows, those joints, down to the wrists. Whatever movement works for you. It may look very different. You may be a little bit slower, shaky. You might be just going crazy. Maybe you want to lift your hands up and shake them. Then let's come down to the chest area, the spine. Ooh, loosey-goosey. They say one of the ways you tell a yogi's age is how flexible their spine is, right? So stay young, stay flexible. Shaky, coming down into the hips. Ooh, shaky, and down into the legs. Making sure that you get your feet off the ground a little bit, shaking them off so that you can get some joint movement down in your knees and then down into your ankles. So floppy your foot, it's kind of like that a little bit, right? Last few minutes, get a little squat action in, get a little arm flappy, then bring the arms up and we're just gonna shake like this, like Squeeze the spine muscles, tighten the butt, tighten the muscles back up into the brain stem, shake into him, take a big breath in, hold, bring your arms around in lion's paw, squeeze, exhale. Whew. How's it feel? Good? Yeah. All right. One of the things about office yoga I love is you could take some of the most esoteric and favorite things about other branches of yoga and you could apply them in a really efficient way to have a quick effect. So hopefully you feel an effect from those and it's a positive one. We're going to move into another practice which is very simple but has a really strong effect. So what this is going to involve is basically inhaling through your nose, holding your breath as long as you can while applying a light pressure to different muscle groups, and then exhaling through your mouth And then holding the breath out. And that's it. We're going to do it like 3 times. And we won't go, I don't know, you might be able to hold your breath for 2 minutes. We're going to go for like close to 20, 30 seconds to give a range. But if during this time you just do 1 breath the whole time, that's totally valid. So little babies will often take breath, squeeze until they almost pass out. And it's actually super healthy for the nervous system. So drink a little water. Take a big breath in through your nose. Hold your breath. Take a little bit more of a breath in. Hold it more, a little bit more. And now bring your arms up into fists like this and just apply a light pressure to your face, your neck, your back, your spine, activating everything a little bit so that when we let the breath out, everything will reset. Then big breath out the mouth. Oh. Then hold the breath out for a few seconds. Take a moment to catch your breath. And let's do it again. Big breath in. Bring the arms up into fists. Inhale a little bit more and a little bit more. Apply a light pressure. Squeezing from your toes, your bum, your face. Not super hard, but just like light pressure. And then a big exhale out. Hold the breath out a moment. And then let your breath reset. Last one. Big breath in. Arms up. Hi, Tara. We're doing big breaths, holding as long as we can. Inhale a little bit more. A little bit more. Hold and squeeze. You can inhale a little bit more if you want. Tighten your tummy muscles, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your face, neck, whole body. And big breath out the mouth. Get it all out. And then hold the breath out for a moment. Now we're going to go right into meditation. I really like doing some stretching and breathing before meditation because it lets you get deeper a lot faster. So the meditation we're going to do, you could close your eyes, just start sitting there calmly, and I'll talk you through it. But for the most part, we're just relaxing now, okay? So find a comfortable seated position, hands on your lap or whatever feels comfortable, and just start breathing deeply. And begin to feel all the vibrations in the body, different muscle groups, different molecules. They should all be vibrating at different ways or feel a different density. Just tune into them all as you breathe. Then the meditation we're going to do is just repeating I am light. But we don't just want to repeat it with our mind. We want to do it in a way that it feels experiential. So we're going to start with ourselves, eyes closed, deep breaths. Tune into all the millions of cells in your body and imagine them getting lighter, literally. Lighter, higher vibratory, more accelerated, healthy state. Just take a moment to tune in. We have millions or billions of them. And with your mind, you're tuning into them, brightening them a little bit. Now tuning into your DNA structure held within the body. DNA captures photons and light that move through the double helix. And imagine this light getting brighter, activating your DNA, turning on switches and doing things that is healthy and productive. And then focus on your mind itself, eyes closed, breath wherever it needs to be. Focus on the vastness of your mind. Anything that your mind can imagine is still within the bounds of the mind. And imagine the boundless mind becoming lighter. try to tangentially experience your mind becoming lighter, the thoughts themselves, the structure of thought itself, all lightening, dissolving, brightening your whole sphere, your whole being. And then finally tuning into a level of spirit, or whatever you identify with, that is just always pure and bright. And tuning into that and letting your other levels of being adjust, all being present with one another, all feeling brighter. And then we'll just sit with that for a few moments. Satnam Namaste. I am so grateful you all came. I really enjoy doing this stuff, and I would love if you all come back and check it out again, and we could all do it together. We're going to officially end here, but I'll hang around in the chat for a moment. Would love to hear from folks who hung out, what your experience was like. And again, thank you all for coming. All the love.